Hello, hello, hello. My little dog's looking at me. You can see her in the corner. Oh, she just moved. My little dog was looking at me like, who the hell are you talking to, Mom? Hope y'all had a good Thanksgiving. Hope everybody got plenty to eat. I know I did. My desk is a bigger mess than usual today because something cool came in and I've been working on it, and I've been trying to do some prep of stuff for a couple of holiday markets I have coming up. And I found something in the truck because we're cleaning it out so Mark can go work that shows where I started. Well, sort of shows where I started with bag making. This little bag is supposed to be a cube, right? Supposed to have a like usable handle. And I tried to put a zipper in, but look what happened. Look at that mismatch. And I didn't know how to fix it. And I didn't bother to try. And there's the inside doesn't look too bad, but there's even some like popped hand stitching over here and just all kinds of fun stuff. Still, it's good enough to throw a project in the truck in. Hey, Larry. I've been when I get, this is the emergency project for the truck. When I get super duper bored and run out of everything else I've brought, I work on this little roll of bandage. It's, old school knitted support bandage type thing. And because it's 100% cotton, it would be good at, soaking up blood too, or whatever you needed it for. So this is going to go back in here, and I don't know where it'll live for now. Not in the truck currently, because Mark's getting ready to start driving. I got a huge mess here. What are you all working on? Anything? Anybody? I got I made a bunch of little Christmas trees. There you can see them. 3 different colors: dark green, white, light green. And they're strung on this little red and white string. And I'll hang them across my booth space as I'm setting up Friday and Sunday. Hi, Ashley. You're working on a sock? Look at my little Christmas trees. Aren't they so cute? And then while I was mad at the sock machine, well, not mad at the sock machine, frustrated with the sock machine and taking a break, I made this cute little baby hat. Not like it would be very warm because all the holes, but, something else to put in the booth. So that's all good. Y'all want to see the sock machine? It's kind of a monster. Here, I'm going to take you all for a ride. Something must not be plugged in very well. So this is the sock machine. This guy right here. This thing just holds the yarn out of the way. And in fact, it's not quite where it's supposed to be. There we go. So you crank this handle over here, and it goes round and round and makes the stitches. I can't do it right now, though, because I've got about 6 or 8 stitches over here that have come off the needle because I cranked it without having a weight here in the middle to hold the yarn down, which is absolutely critical. And so, live and learn. And I've been learning a lot. But it's very cool. It's made by deanandbean.com, and I freaking love it, even though I get frustrated. Oh, sorry about the video. I'm going to have to figure out how to do 2 cameras. Ashley, what sort of sock you working on, girl? Any particular pattern? I have such a mess. I have all this crap on my desk. I have I don't know, 4 balls of yarn. Look here. Here's how you have to put your yarn on cone before you run it into the sock machine so that it will feed the way it's supposed to. Oh, and I just let it pull out of there. All these things that you have to do just right. You know, it's a good thing I'm a Virgo. That's all I have to say. It's a very good thing I'm a Virgo. Just a simple sock, nothing crazy. What color is it? I did discover, to my horror, that these are required when working on the sock machine. These are the close-up part of my bifocals. Because for me right now, bifocals is a normal pair of glasses and a close-up pair of glasses. So not a happy camper about that, but 'tis what it is. And I had Mark go and get me a bunch of BBs for weights because they make the perfect weights for the sock machine. So you put them down in there and they hold the stitches down. Whoa. There we go. That's better. Last week I could not knit and talk. So this week we'll see if I can wind yarn and talk. Oh, I know. First I gotta wind these things up. It's a pretty well thought out machine. It's got I have pine cones too for decorating my booth. Fun. I thought I was never going to find just plain pine cones in Joann's. Oh look, it's a pine seed. Mark says, "Oh, they're pine nuts are out of all of those." Nope, not quite. Purple black. Ooh, pretty. Purple black white variegated. Very pretty. I love variegated. Variegated yarns are nice because they do all the work. And all you have to do is just knit. They make life easy. These things are called ravel cords, and they're slightly stiff little cords that you use to separate things like the sock from the setup piece of knitting, or separate the sock from the waste yarn, things like that. And Ashley, how was your cruise? Did you guys have a good time? Ashley took a cruise recently. And where'd you guys go? Somewhere south, I know. It's got to be a nice change from Ohio, right? You're in Ohio now, right? I think. Oh, look, another pine seed. A lot of fun. Booked an Alaska cruise for next summer. Nice. St. Thomas and St. Martin. Nice. Yeah, I bet it was lovely weather down there. We went November 2 years ago to, I don't even remember which islands we stopped at besides the one owned by the cruise line. Dayton. Okay, that's what I thought. I guess I forgot I had, they tell you to use old socks to make the weights for the sock machine. And I forgot I had another one. I guess I could use it for the one that's in the plastic bag. Oh, sock machine parts everywhere. I've got about 6 backpacks. Learned how to use beads, touched on brioche in some of your knitting cruise classes. Nice. I'm working on a brioche hat for my sister. Let's see if I can find it. It should be right here. Like my octopus? There it is. It's starting to show a little bit of the design. Isn't that going to be pretty? Got a pom-pom to put on it today. I don't know how that's going to look. Let me see if I can find it real quick. It wasn't the pom-pom I wanted, but it was the pom-pom I got. So, did she hide it? There it is. Yeah, that'll look all right. I think that'll look all right. Oh, goodness. I've been working so hard all day, my back hurts. That'll look okay. That'll look good, I think. Fuzzy gray pom-pom. And if she doesn't want it, I'll just take the button off. Ashley, who organized that cruise? Was it a local yarn store or something, or what? Now, let's see. Can I figure out how I want to do this? I have no idea. The goal is to cut these two and the burlap here into Knit and Stitch Boutique out of Cocoa, Florida. Sponsored by Cascade. Nice! Who'd they have come teach? They usually have big names on cruises like that, don't they? I think I'm just going to rip 2-inch strips and cut them into like 5 or 6 inch lengths. And tie them on a jute cord and alternate this with the green and the burlap and put some of the pine cones on there. One of the shows I'm going to is, even though it's run by the senior center and it's at the high school, it's going to be a little bit on the la-di-da fancy pants side. So I decided I probably had better do something to make my booth look a little more Christmassy. So this is it. I got to get most of that stuff figured out tomorrow too. All the things. All the things all the time. How long was that? Oh, that's 11 inches. That's too far. All right, we'll cut that. Oh, I guess it's not too far. Oy vey. All these decisions. So did Kent have a good time, Ashley? Was there stuff for him to do? This I can do while I talk. Should have heard me last time, Ashley. It was terrible. It's horrible. You'd think, does this chick even know how to talk? Yuri Eldad, good for posture? What's good for posture? He mostly right before each shoe books. Nice. I am not going to complain about that. Not at all. Hey, Ashley, can I make you a moderator in case we pick up some weirdos, please? See, I'm not sure how I do that. Hang on. I don't know how to do this. Pretty sad, huh? Okay. Content playlist. Guess I should figure this stuff out. Moderator. I bet I can type your name in there. No matching users found. Stop it, Mark. Yes, you. I'm going to kill him. You see what he's doing? You see the light flashing? Right in my freaking eyes.
charge the flashlight. You're welcome.
Thank you. Not familiar with YouTube, but you'll figure it out. I couldn't figure out how to make you a moderator, Ashley. If there gets to be a problem, we'll figure it out. Rave time. Yeah. Yeah. Problem is we're both too old to have like gone to raves. So like I remember when 9 Inch Nails was brand new band. I hate to say it, but I do. I mean, first concert I ever saw was Eddie Money, and he was playing my county fair. Woo! It's starting to look like Christmas, sort of. What else you got on your needles, Ashley? Just the one sock? Larry, you making anything? Larry always shows up, but he doesn't talk. I don't know why. One more. I tell you, have a long and frustrating day. This is the way to feel better. Just like that. Cut all the fabric. Cut your starting edge and then tear. One of the shows I have coming up, I have one Friday afternoon from 4 to 7:30. And then I have one on Sunday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. The one on Sunday is the one I think is going to be a little snooty. So I figured I better get some Christmas decorations. The one on Friday evening is outdoors. So it's supposed to, hopefully it's supposed to warm up. Your sock, and then you made a quick hat for a charity drive. Kind of lazy in your hands, start using super bulky. I hate super bulky. Hate it. Then you started a few little things on the cruise, but ripped it all out. Right now we are in central Indiana at the Johnson County Fairgrounds. I grew up here in Greenwood. Well, we're in Franklin, which is where the fairgrounds is, but I grew up in the next town up the road in Greenwood. And I'm here usually in the first weekend in June for a fiber festival called Hoosier Hills Fiber Festival. And usually have a good time there. We'll be here probably until just after Christmas. And then we will probably go back to North Carolina because we have a nice place we can stay there. Where we just have to pay our electricity and water, and we have friends handy. And since Mark is taking a job delivering RVs, I will be on my own with no car for a lot of the time. And safe places to be when you're stuck in your place with no car are where other people can help you, which is here or North Carolina. North Carolina will be in Chris and Sheila's backyard, quite literally. And here I've got my cousin, 300 yards that way, my aunt and uncle, and my mom and my dad, all within, a 15, 20-minute drive. And so they don't mind coming to pick me up and do things. So yay. So just after Christmas, we'll leave here and and we'll see how it goes. Hey, Ashley, if Kyle wants a free book, just let me know and we'll get him one since he's still active duty. We do that pretty much for anybody that asks. Just let me know which one he wants and we'll get him a download code for it. And then, so after these two, at the end of this week, I don't have any shows scheduled until March, Fantasize. So That'll be in Raleigh, Durham. And so we won't have very far to go from the Kennedys to there. I don't know. I got my web shop updated and everything that's on there I actually have. So, trying to get the word out, Ash, are you still working in insurance? Or did you find something different to do after all this time? If you're smart, you're still working in insurance, right? Why go for something less lucrative? Oh, now I got to cut all these to length. And will do. He said he doesn't know yet. He bought the first 4, and I think he just finished second book today. He's quickly reading. You work remote for 3 offices. Wowzers. That's ideal for you, isn't it? Work remote and keep you busy. Your dad's health, you haven't been working as much as you would like. Gotcha. So are you near your dad then? Or are you having to make trips? I'm sorry he's not doing well. That's hard to hear. We lost 2 good weeks. Both of them in the same, which really sucked. So it's not good to lose people. And I'm getting kind of tired of it. And unfortunately, it's getting more frequent. And that's not cool. And of course, only one of them had a funeral, and we were stuck in North Carolina and couldn't get to his funeral in Oklahoma, which was really too bad because I would have liked to be there because Paul was a super nice guy. But shit happens. It's pretty fun. You're at the Illinois farmhouse now to go back and forth. Oh, fun. Fun. I don't know what else is up. It's been really cold here. It's been a big change from North Carolina. It was, 50 degrees there. Here it's like 35, 40. I'm like, brr. It's been down to like 22 the last few nights. Like, stop that shit. But it makes the dog poo easier to pick up out of the yard. Pretty sad, I know. Pretty sad. Only thing I can find to like about freezing weather is that the dog poo is frozen. Very sad. I like to be outside, and I can't be when it's like this, so. Grr. Oh, goodness. Oh, these things are a pain. All the strings. Oh my gosh, you guys. I cut out 6 more backpacks today. After we get off of here, I'll have to cut and fuse their linings. And then, look at that, Christmassy, getting there. After I cut and fuse their linings, then I'll sew them together tomorrow, I hope. Let's see. Oh, I can show you what they're going to look like. Some of them are pretty cute. Some of them are pretty cute. These ones will all have canvas exteriors. So we got a dark blue canvas with a front pocket out of this waves. And then this will be the lining. That'll be pretty cute, I think. And not overly Christmassy or campery, since everything else is Christmassy or campery. So there'll be 2 like that. Ooh, where am I going to put it? And there will be 2 of this maroon, and what did it just drop? maroon and this dark fabric and the gray lining. Carol, I'm showing backpacks that I cut out today. That'll be hopefully ready for these shows coming up. Hi, Carol. Ashley meet Carol. Carol meet Ashley. Y'all are all knitters, so everybody should be happy campers. And y'all are both nice, so all good. And then to make my camping friends happy, we have a green canvas with the cutest little Christmas campers and a tan, just a plain tan lining. The light's not great here. I thought the Christmas campers were super cute. And they go really well with the dark green canvas. So most of these should be ready tomorrow if I can get back to cutting them out tonight. Let's see. Oh, I know why I thought about that. I was trying to get to my good scissors. Oh, gosh. Oh. This is all the sewing tools I need box, but I had to have these. Oy. Carol, what are you working on lately? Mark's in there and got Siri or somebody talking to him. Trying to get these things. I did, but I'll be glad to talk about it again. I just kind of showed it briefly because it's kind of a mess right now. All right, if you get motion sick, I'm sorry. All right, so this is the yarn mast where the yarn comes up from the cone. You have to wind your yarn onto a cone to make it feed evenly. So it comes up here through the little break. And this guy, when the tension is right, is pulled most of the way down. And here's the toe of my first actual attempt at a sock. And these little BBs are the weights that put the right amount of pressure on the yarn to pull the stitches to where they need to be when they need to be there. It's taken me all day to just do the toe of the sock. I also discovered, here's this little thing cranks, but I can't crank him right now because I've got stitches to fix over here and they're the next ones to come to the yarn. It's got two little tool holders. It's got a little row counter. And I discovered to my chagrin that I have to wear my up close glasses to work on the sock machine. Anyway, it's a beautiful machine. It works great. I love it. It clamps right onto my desk. There's this clamp here, right here. And then there's another one around the corner over here. My floor over here where I sit is not real level by the sock machine. Sorry, you guys. So I find myself having to lean over a lot right now, but hopefully that will change as time goes on. The Love Note sweater. What does that look like? Let's see if I can find it. Google to the rescue. See if I can find it and put a picture up. Oops. Helps if I can spell. Note sweater by Tin Can Knits. Oh, that's pretty. You gonna make it cropped? Carol, the sock machine, because it's 3D printed, was not overly expensive. To buy a brand new sock machine today, a metal one, is going to run you $2,000 to $3,000. And this was altogether $600 or so with all the parts. I've got 2 different sizes of cylinders and the ribbers for them. There's a steep learning curve. No matter whether you get a vintage machine, a modern metal machine, or a modern 3D printed machine. Oh, you're making it longer. Yeah. I hate cropped stuff. Let me see if I can share my screen, you guys. And, well, I might have to turn the camera around. I don't know. That's chats. That's those things. You know, you'd think YouTube would, like, give you some useful tools. Huh. Interesting. I'm going to have to play around with this sometime when I don't publicize it. All right, I'll pull it up and show you guys camera. Oops. Oh, wow. Inception. There it is. Tin Can Knits. Love Note sweater. Nice. Nice sweater. I did not expect Inception out of the camera. That was kind of crazy. Using yarn you dyed yourself. Nice. What colors? Ash, right now, it takes a lot of time because I'm just learning to do work on the sock machine. And no, like I've made the whole toe here. I won't have anything to stitch or graft at all when I get this off of the machine. So this is a toe up, starting with a toe. I'll be able to do the heel the same way I did the toe. And then I'll do a picot turned hem for the top of the cuff. And I won't have to stitch anything by hand. So it's worth it to me, as many socks as I make, to go to the effort to learn it. It's teal. That'll be pretty on you, Carol. I bet teal is a really good color for you. Dark teal, light teal, medium teal, random. I'll show again in a second the brioche hat I'm working on for my sister. It's pretty. It's basically black and kind of silver gray. Outdated, replaced by a machine. Yeah. But this year I've had a lot of people start asking me, hey, can you make me socks? Hey, can you make me socks? And I'm like, dude, at 40 hours a week, you really want me to make you a sock? You do not want to pay me that much. 40 hours for a pair of socks. Sure, I think you can, Carol. I don't know. I've never tried it. Oh, you know what? I do one YouTube live hangout every week. Yeah, you'll have to text it to me. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer, meet Carol and Ashley. They're also knitters. They don't have the historical bent that you do, but everybody, Jennifer's cool. Carol, Ashley, also cool. Jennifer, you missed the sock machine, but I'll be glad to show it again in a little bit if you want. I've got 2 holiday shows coming up, so I'm trying to holiday up my booth a little bit. I'm trying to make a, garland. That's the word. So I got red and blue plaid, or red and green plaids, and some burlap. I do not want to cut this burlap in here. Yes, Jennifer, you are cool. So is Ashley, and so is Carol. Everybody here's cool. You're here. You must be cool. Oh, I've been hanging. I do miss the days of our live hangouts. And yes, we can do that again, Ashley. If you guys want to do a full-on all of us live hangout, we pay for Google like business. So we can hang out on Google Meet as long as we like, which is awesome. And yes, we can do that again. Maybe next Sunday we'll do that. If I'm not too dead. I will post private invites to you guys. And then I don't know if we can do a hybrid, like stream plus live hangout. But yes, we will do that again. especially if I'm going to be here by myself all the time. I'm going to want to hang out more. Not to take you away from YouTube. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Find some yarn for my mom for some sockies. I figure I can do that and chat. I'm learning that the older I get, the less I can chat or do other things and chat. Whatever, you know what I mean. Is this superwash? Yes, thank goodness, because she will put it in the washing machine. I love her, but all my family has to have superwash. Because everybody puts stuff in the washing machine, and I don't blame them. You know. Uh-oh. Oh, this is Carol's picture, I bet. Ooh, very pretty. You guys see that? Very nice teal color. That's the Love Note sweater from Tin Can Knits. They made it as a cropped, but Carol is not making hers cropped. That's very pretty, Carol. Awesome. Awesome sauce. I'm winding a local dyer from North Carolina. The shop is in Kitty Hawk, and the shop is called Addicted to Knitting, I think. And this is Sea Star Hand Paints, and they are either local or local-ish. And the colorway is Fish in the Sea. Yeah. 400 yards, 100 grams. Machine wash, cold, air dry. She does all hand paints and special orders. That's nice. I don't know many that do special orders. And she says because she likes the pooling and spiraling effects of hand-painted yarns, these will probably do that a little bit. She's giving washing instructions, and at the end she has a little crossbones. Arr, ye be warned. That's hilarious. But she's fairly new Kitty Hawk, so out there on the East Coast. And it too is superwash. Yay. Because, people throw things in the washing machine. Me too. Carol, I can't wait to see that sweater when you get it all the way done. I want to see it on you because I'm sure it's going to be gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yeah, super pretty colors in this. Whoops. There's like sky blue and seafoam green and a little kind of white, gray, bluish, and then occasional flecks of dark spots. Very pretty. I think my mom will like them. She likes any socks I make her. I asked her the other day how many pairs she had, and she's like, I don't know. Okay. Her and my niece both usually get at least one pair a year. My niece has been getting 2 pairs a year lately. I got her pair for Christmas is just over half done. And got to finish it. So many things to finish. I hope it warms up here because I don't want to freeze my butt off on Friday. They're bringing the Santa train into town. So that should hopefully guarantee we have at least some people show up. But it's a little town like out where my dad lives. So that'll be interesting. What are you guys all doing for holiday stuff coming up? Anybody got Christmas projects on the go? And there's an end. Woohoo! Jennifer, what are you knitting on these days? Anything? Carol's making a sweater. Ashley's making socks. I just finished a baby hat. Let's see. If anybody's good at graphic design, I found a real gap in Christmas fabrics. Beach-themed Christmas fabrics do not seem to exist. I was looking for them. I've looked for them 2 or 3 times now at Joann's. I haven't looked on Spoonflower yet because I really don't want to pay that kind of money for a bag fabric. Sure, pay it for, clothes. That makes sense. But for bag fabrics, not so much. No Christmas gifts that you're knitting, just around Scottish bonnet that will be felted. Nice! Your hands slowed you down on new projects, but you want to do some sewing. Nice. Oh, that's right. How's your hand healing? Is it getting better? I hope it's getting better. Carol broke her thumb, little finger, something. I can't remember exactly. But you couldn't knit for a while. Can you knit yet? A little bit, apparently. Sorry, I forgot you guys. I'm going to do my best to be here next Sunday, but I do have a show that day, 9 to 2, which means I have to be there at 7:30. It's doing fine. Your little finger. Okay. Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad it's healing well. I was a little bit worried about it. But I'm glad it's doing well and you can knit again. Yay. Yeah, the way she described hurting it was like, it made me cringe. Fell and caught it on something as she was falling. Ow. Not good. You take off the brace to knit. Smart girl. What emoji is that? It looks like he's got a beard or a hand in his face or something. I can't tell. I need to play around with the interface here a little more so that I can get you guys some knitting related emojis or something. Yeah, right. I was the bad girl that when I had my carpal tunnel done, as soon as I got home from the surgery, I was doing this, trying to get all my movement back. Oh, secret. Okay. Yeah, we won't tell on you. We promise. Or at least I promise. I won't tell on you. We'd have to know an awful lot more about who your doctor was to tell on you. Oh, my goodness. What have you guys been watching and reading lately? I've been reading on, I think it's called The Cunning Man. And it's by Dave Butler and what's his name? DJ Butler and Aaron Michael Ritchie. It is set in Depression era Utah. And the main character is Hiram, who was raised with some supernatural training by his grandmother that raised him. Yes, of course I'm winding by hand because I'm stupid old school that way. I hate a yarn winder and I always end up having this mess go on. I guess I can do this downward a little bit. Y'all get to see my fat belly. I'm sure you like that. Yeah, because I'm just, I'm that way. I'm weird. There we go. See, it's cold enough our little fireplace is running. It's just an electric heater, but it looks nice. Did you guys see my post on Facebook the other day? My dog's giving me the cold shoulder. Oh, they were not happy campers. They were sitting there shivering. I put their coats on them. They were not happy at all. They would much rather bury themselves in a blanket than have a coat on. Backs of 2 chairs. Yeah, I really should lay this out on something a little better than what I'm doing right now, but can't really be bothered, frankly. Oh yeah, they were cute, except that they were giving us the evil eye. Mine even was so frustrated with me. I called her to come get up on my lap, and she faked me out. She acted like she was going to come get on my lap, and then halfway here, she turned around and went and got on my big chair that's way behind me. I was like, really? This dog never turns down attention. I was like, damn, she's mad. She's very mad at me. Yeah, I was not her favorite person right then. Mark was, though, because he went later and took their coats off. All right, I've already made a wreck of this. Oh, yeah. Leave it to me. If it ain't one thing, it's another. Anyway, the Cunning Man is it's kind of interesting. There's of course a mind dispute. Yeah, no, almost yarn vomit. Some days I'm in the mood for yarn vomit. Some days not. Today I'm not. I've had all my yarn vomit tolerance taken up by sock knitting machine learning curves. The learning curve is stupid steep for this thing. Like, you watch people with circular sock machines online on YouTube or whatever, making their socks, and they're just cranking along, not a care in the world, not ever a missed stitch, nothing. And yeah, it's not that way. At least not yet. Yeah, she burned me big time, Jennifer. She was making it exceedingly clear that I was not her favorite person. So I'm like, shiver, you're going to get a coat. You shiver, I'm going to put your coat on. But, they're Chihuahuas. They're 50% shiver and 50% rage. So, I don't know what else to say. Anybody else? Anybody been reading anything good? Ooh, come on. Oh, so of course, because there's a way to do a heel. In fact, I did the toe. I won't have to do a single stitch by hand, nor will I have to do any Kitchener stitches or sewing together. We're gonna look at the sock machine again, guys. So let's see. My cord is not being happy with me. This the weights just hold down the sock and put enough tension on it, but that's my toe. Come on, come up. That's the toe of my sock. So it's a little lopsided, but oh shit, you guys might want to be able to see. So there's the toe, and then I'll do the rest of the foot straight up, and then I'll do wedges around half of the stitches, just like I would if I was doing the Sweet Tomato Heel by Kat Bordy. And then I'll do probably a picot hem and not have a single stitch to do. Reading based on Netflix shows or nonfiction. Nice. What have you been watching on Netflix that you've been also reading? I'm in. Bookaholic here wants to know. Carol, too, is a bookaholic. I suspect Jennifer is as well. Did any of you watch Shadow and Bone? It is a high fantasy, but it's very good. Thanks, Jennifer. I think it is a cool machine. I've wanted one for eons, and when I saw this Dean and Beans come about with the 3D printed machine for a sixth of what it would have cost me to buy a modern metal one or a vintage metal one even. I was like, I happened to have the money right that minute, and I went for it. Started reading Handmaid's Tale, then Bridgerton. I haven't read Bridgerton. I probably should. I really enjoyed the show. I heard a lot of people fussing about it being racist, but I thought it was pretty refreshing that they really didn't pay much attention to race at all, except for a few comments about, hey, look, our queen is black. We're in a better place now. But like nobody, it was as it could have been instead of as it might have been, you know? Have every intention of being a bookaholic, love reading, but between work and hobbies, haven't had the time. Uncle Tom's Cabin. Yeah, that's an interesting walk down historical lane too, and another one that gets taken out of context all the time. And Grapes of Wrath. Yeah, I've started that one several times and not able to get through it. If you guys liked Bridgerton, you might also enjoy the Catherine the Great that's on Hulu. The second season just... Well, Ashley, thanks for subscribing. Catherine the Great, Empress of Russia, is who it's about. And her husband was an idiot and a mess, right? And she wanted more for Russia and Russians. And so she staged a coup, cut him out of government because he was a moron. And yeah, it's to actually go back and read Uncle Tom's Cabin. It's really interesting because the things that you hear in modern media make it sound like it was purposely terrible, but really the book was written as an anti-slavery, like in your face, showing how bad it is. Catherine the Great, it doesn't make any claims to being anywhere close to historically accurate. And in fact, in the title sequences, it says occasionally historically accurate. But it's fun. It's very fun. The young lady that's playing Catherine is smart and witty and intelligent, at least appearing. And she runs circles around Alexander. I think his name was Alexander. Anyway, and really around most of the court. She starts out really innocent, but it's a fun thing to watch. Pretty gowns, not necessarily accurate. Pretty looking people, again, none of them necessarily historically accurate. Hides your face. You're such a good friend. You are. This is the first time you've made it here and you subscribed right away. So that's good enough for me. Yeah, Catherine the Great, not really very accurate, but fun. Carol, you're listening to Keeper of Lost Things and reading My Grandmother Told Me to Tell You She's Sorry. Interesting. Well, tell us a little bit about those, if you would. Between knitting and reading, Netflixing. Oh, you can't stand audiobooks. Oh, no. If it weren't for audiobooks, man, I would have slept through an awful lot of miles of driving around this country. We decide together on whatever we're going to listen to. We listen to that until it's done, and then we go choose something else. Both of us learned to love audiobooks as we were doing a lot of driving. Well, I learned to love audiobooks in library school. I had never listened to a book before, and our children's lit teacher decided that we all needed to have listened to at least 2 audiobooks. And man, the first one was hell to get through because I could not keep up with paying attention to the story to save my life if I was doing anything else. I had to put my headphones on and sit and do nothing but listen to the story. Yes, you have to have a narrator, and I know there's somewhere that rates narrators, and of course we all have our favorites. But one of my favorite kid fantasy book series is I think it's called Circle of Magic, And it's about these 4 friends, and well, each of the friends has a book that's like theirs, right? So 2 girls and 2 boys, and 2 of the girls and 1 of the boys, the narrators were great. The final boy, he had such a terrible lisp that I could not stand it. I was just like, I can't handle this. And I could not finish listening to it. I was like, no, please kill me now. Yeah, the narrators have to be good. It makes all the difference. But yeah, I had a hard time learning how to listen to audiobooks. But after 1 or 2, it kind of gets there. You figure it out, I still find myself backing stuff up because I missed something. When we're driving, a lot of times we'll listen to something we've listened to before. Like right now, we're working on the Harry Potter series, and we just started Half-Blood Prince, and that will keep us for a while. I just love this. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And it's lovely and soft. And it's spun tightly enough that it should make for good socks. It doesn't want to focus. I'm sorry, you guys. And it still doesn't want to focus. Anyway, it's got a good snug spin twist, so it should last pretty long for socks. She wears them on the carpet a lot, so that kind of wears them down a bit faster than it might otherwise. You listen to the guest list mystery. Okay, cool. I don't do many mysteries. Mostly I do sci-fi and fantasy. Go figure. I really want to get the all of Anne McCaffrey's Pern books. Dragon Riders of Pern. You just started The Keeper, Carol. My grandmother is written by Frederick Backman when Elsa. Okay. Interesting. I'll have to look those up. Anyway, I was starting to say about narrators, I think it's finally a service to rate narrators and review them. So you can kind of judge by that. If you're really wanting to find a specific narrator. I need to find something new to listen to, though, because I get about 3 minutes of reading a day before I fall asleep. Oh, it wouldn't let you paste the summary. Okay, sorry about that. If you send it to me, I'll put it in the show notes. If you want, you can text it to me. Totally forgot what I was saying. Anyway, I think you can rate and review narrators now. The nice thing about being involved in making books into audiobooks is that you get to listen to all the tryouts, basically, the samples that they send you when they're wanting to do your book. So we've been able to escape a few that were like, do you know how to speak English? Because even though you're speaking it, I'm not sure you're speaking it. Which, fine, there are so many unusual words in Mark's books that you have to have a pretty good command of the language. Who is it that's narrating our books right now, Mark? Oh, Todd McLaren. He is a great narrator. He's very clear. He asks if he doesn't know how a word is pronounced, usually, which is kind of nice. And Mark sends them a sort of pronunciation guide, because there's so many made up names and stuff that, nobody's going to know how to say them. I think some of our readers listen to the audiobooks just so they can figure out how to say the alien race names and things. I'm looking forward to spring already. That's terrible. It's just now winter. Bad. I am terrible. Hey, I'm sorry I missed the last 2 weeks, you guys. We were traveling and or had no internet. Because despite the fact that we've got a Starlink dish, they've still got it locked down where we would have to be in Marquette, Michigan to use it. And Marquette, Michigan is, being in the UP, they probably already got quite a bit of snow up there. And we weren't about to stay up there in the trailer in the winter. Jennifer, did you get to go to the latest backcountry weekend thing? They were doing mostly stitching stuff, is that right? And spinning? I would have liked to have been able to do that, but wasn't going to happen this year. I'm hoping for next year. If I'm real lucky, I'll get to go to the one in February, but that's gonna depend more on the weather than anything else. And I hope they're doing a. I had a tiny little show. Had a tiny little show at the KOA that's just 2 miles down the road from our friends in North Carolina. And surprisingly enough, there were supposed to be 12 vendors. 8 of us showed up. And I probably sold more than any 2 or 3 of the others combined. One was a Scentsy, one was Avon, one was some other multi-level marketing. Had to help teach how to knit fingerless gloves. Nice. That would have been, being chilly, that's when you want your fingerless gloves. I need to dig my long ones out because so often I'm wearing t-shirts and it's chilly enough that, elbow length fingerless gloves might be good. Oh, yeah. Thank you. It was a much better show than I expected. I had a local came in from the nearby town because she's a friend of our friends that live there. And she bought like over $100 worth of stuff, a couple of little toys and a bag, which was awesome. Yeah. Yeah. I think they did. Because the other makers there had like porch signs and outdoor decor and that kind of thing. Nobody had good gifting stuff, and I had stuffed animals, which is always a good seller at holiday markets, and then bags of all sorts, not just holiday. And so, bags are always a good seller. There's a reason I went into doing bags rather than something else. I think I'm going to start sewing a few dolls though, just to have a little broader range of options. The lady next to me, her husband made pine furniture and then painted some of it with like scenes that you might find on a saw blade. And those were pretty cool, but he, just like me, he was not getting what he should out of them. He had a painted bench marked for $30. Like, you got more than that in wood in it. Not to mention just the painting of the scene on the top of the bench. I felt, and I don't think they sold much, but she was a knitter. And so she had some fingerless mitts and some hats and cowls and headbands and stuff like that. And then she had some cute little super cheap pairs of earrings. Oh, shoot. I keep trying to remember. I bought a pair of earrings at a Christmas market, holiday market last year that I meant to give to my niece and totally spaced it. It is very hard to actually make a profit. And I'm sure that despite my, no, I thought you were going to. Mark's like, "Did you ever feed the dogs?" No. They calmed down though. They're no longer acting like entitled little brats. What? Middle of the floor. Yeah. She's got two nice beds that are raised up off the floor. Where is she at? In a ball in the middle of the floor, right in the middle of the walkway. That's Mark. Jennifer may not. Ashley and Carol know who you are. Jennifer may not. Yeah, we all need to see that.
I'll show you more if you want.
No, you won't. Despite like where my prices are, like I just told somebody today, where's the little pig? I was reaching for the pig. Made this little pig. He's got a weighted behind. Yeah, he's a celebrity. And his little hood comes up and he's got holes for his ears so he can actually wear his little hood. $45. Like, I don't know if she wants it or not, but that's what she's gonna have to pay if she does want it, because somebody will. But there's like 2 days worth of work in him. Hi. And his jacket comes off. Thanks, guys. I think he's cute. This is a Susan B. Anderson pattern, Oliver the pig. His little jacket comes off, and he's got a colorwork sweater on. Isn't that cute? She does the cutest toys. I think so. Yeah. Mark's over here laughing his ass off at me.
Hey, you just threw a goddamn pig at me.
I did throw a pig at you. Sorry, guys.
Charlie was squealing from the field.
No! Oh, my God.
Boinking from the boinking.
Oh, Mark. No. Oh, my God. It's a good thing I said this was not an under 18 rated podcast.
You aren't
vlog or whatever.
Podcast.
I haven't said the F word yet tonight.
Whoa, you write that down.
It's hard. I mean, I know I used to be a children's librarian, but that was quite a while ago at this point.
Nobody would believe that.
Oh.
All right, all you little fuckers, sit down.
It was good practice in the mama voice, that's for sure. For sure. So, anyway. But yeah, I mean, $45, which is a price not many people are going to pay for something that took me 2 days to make. Profit? Mm-mm. Fun and enjoyment and people getting really cool stuffies that their kids will remember forever. Uh-huh. That's what it's about for me. Jennifer, did you see my really cool neon yarn ball? And Ashley, I don't know if you saw it either. Let me turn some of these lights off here for a second. There we go. It lights up. Hang on, one more. Oh, look at that. And it slow flashes and it fast flashes. It's so cool. Anyway, my friend Sheila got that for me because I watched their dog and her sugar gliders while they were in Las Vegas. And it was a ton of fun. I didn't realize anything like that existed. And I went on Amazon and ordered some more. I think mine probably was from an actual neon store. And the reason the ones on Amazon are cheap is because they do not come with the wire. You have to get your own, like go to the craft store and get armature wire. Or, something like that. This is like 1/8 inch soft wire. That's the same kit otherwise, just the, oh, my tape is not holding on very well. Tape may not be a good way to do that in the long run. Mine is from the Neon Museum, but I'm sure they got the parts from the same manufacturer. Oh no, the ones I got were 9 feet. You have to look around on Amazon. I'll post the link if y'all want. I'll go back onto the. No, I'll make a new post, and I'll post the link for the ones I got. I got a pack of like 7 or 8. Came in a bag like this, and each one is just the controller and the neon tube, and they're just as bright. Oh, I can't turn this on because I don't have a battery in it. Anyway, they're 9 feet. They're, so they're just as long as that one. I drew it out on paper and measured it out with, measured along the line with my tape measure. Made sure it was just under 9 feet. And then it took me 2 tries to get the wire figured out right. To do the neon design, you have to. So, like, do you remember in middle school or high school in art class, they would set up a still life and say, put your pencil on the paper to draw what you see in front of you. Never lift it up. That's the process you have to go through to design your neon thing. You don't want to cross over yourself any more than you have to, because that wastes your neon. And you don't want to have any bends that are too tight. Like most of these are U's and soft 90s, soft 90-degree angles. These were difficult up here, and you can see the tape is falling off already because it didn't want to stay. Yeah, it took me 2 tries with the wire, but any craft store has this wire. Yeah, now I see why they sent this kit with 9 feet of like bread tie wire, plastic coated bread tie wire that you were supposed to use, and I ran out of that. I didn't cut the initial pieces short enough. But this is one of those things where you start at one place and you follow it all the way around. You come down here and you do this, and then you go in and do the insides in one long, and the only place I overlapped was here, from here to here, and then I went out and used the rest of it in acrylic cube. You just have to do a little brain work to figure your design out, and your soft sewing tape measure will help you figure out if you've got too much, not enough, whatever. But I had a blast with that. That kept me busy for 2 or 3 hours that evening. And so I ordered some more, and I gave my niece one. Mark took one apart. And then I've got a few more to play with. I should take them and thread them through my cubes for my show. That's a really good idea. Because I got a whole bunch of AAA batteries. It was a super awesome gift because, she couldn't have found a better gift for me. And I know she probably paid like $20 for it or so, especially because it was at a museum in Las Vegas. So prices, higher and higher. But it was super fun. Oh, bye, Carol. It's been over an hour. I should go too. So thanks all for coming. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Thanks for hanging out with me. And I will try to figure out how to do a live hangout so we can all talk back and forth. And we'll try to do that next week on Sunday. And give me a like if you liked it. And see you all later. Bye. Have a good night, everybody. It would be awesome. So I'm really going to try it. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Oh, now another end.